everybody, welcome back to Unloaded with Grace Boatright. I'm your host, Grace Boatright. Today we're going to be taking apart Ruger's SR22. This is a great little range gun, a great plinker gun. I always do try to have a 22 on me when I'm on the range with students, just in case. This one is one of my favorites. My other favorite being the M&P 22 Compact that I took apart here a few weeks ago. Both are great guns, but the mechanics, the setup of each one is a little different, and so I kind of wanted to show you this SR today and go through some of those differences. The biggest one being, of course, as you can see, the external hammer here on the SR as opposed to the encased hammer of the M&P. It can be, this one, the SR can be shot in double action and single action mode, which is kind of nice. The SR here also employs the decocking lever, and I'm not sure we've done too many guns here on the show that do employ the decocking lever. It is sort of a nifty little mechanical safety feature that can really help you once the hammer is cocked back. It can help you lower it in a really safe manner, though it is sort of counterintuitive to most folks. As you can see, I'm going to stick it into fire mode and then pull the hammer back. And from here, of course, if there was a round in the chamber and you were to pull the trigger, it would immediately fire the gun. Well, if you decided that you didn't want to fire the gun, all you would have to do is pull down on this decocking lever. The safety lever doubles as the decocking lever. And it's, some folks are a little uncomfortable with that notion because that hammer is going to sort of fly forward and people get uncomfortable thinking, oh, the hammer comes forward, it's going to make the gun go off. Well, no, actually part of the feature of the decocking lever is once you pull it back into safety mode, a little device comes up that literally blocks the firing pin and prevents the hammer from slamming into that firing pin. So you just pull back down like this, hammer comes forward, and now even if you did have a round in the chamber, you're in safe mode and shouldn't have any problems. Another cool feature of the SR is it has this little what we call the visual inspection port. A lot of guns have what we call a loaded chamber indicator, where if there's a round in the chamber, a little device will pop up so you can visually see. This one's a little different. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little cut in the slide here that if you were to look down and there was a live round in there, you should be able to see the brass. So that's kind of cool as well, and a little different than some of the other guns we've done here. But like, so many Rugers, this thing is pretty easy to take apart, easy to clean, easy to put back together. So let's go ahead and dive into that right now. Of course, the first thing we're always going to do before we take apart any firearm is remove the magazine and double check that we have a clear chamber, which we do. So another cool handy thing about this Ruger is the takedown lever isn't actually a lever, it's a latch. It's just that little thing right there. You should be able to pull it down with your fingernail, nice and easy. Now that it's down, we're just gonna pull the slide back. You're gonna pull it up and it's just gonna slide off like so. The guide rod and recoil spring came right out there as well. The barrel is fixed, so it's not gonna come out. And we've already gotten everything broken down into its main pieces. Nice and easy. Now I did put quite a few rounds through this thing on Monday, and so it should be nice and filthy for us to clean here today. I wanna start by just taking some solvent, some gun cleaner, and just getting down into those little pieces back here. I'm gonna put a little bit down the barrel, a little bit into that magazine well, and I'm just gonna let that sit there for just a second. I'm gonna move on to the slide and do the exact same thing. Alright, now that we've done the slide, we're just gonna move back here to the frame and probably take the smaller end of the brush and get into those little nooks and crannies back here. So the barrel is fixed, which is cool. It adds to its accuracy, but it is fairly easy to take the barrel off. You can see right in here, it's underneath the trigger actually, which is sort of a weird spot to put it, but there's a little screw right there. You just unscrew it and then you should be able to lift the barrel off and change it out with maybe something fluted, something where you could attach a suppressor, but otherwise The one that comes with it works just fine. All right. So before we clean the barrel, I'm going to get my my cleaning rod ready to go here. When I took it apart, as you can see, the hammer is down. I'm going to go ahead and flip it into the fire mode and pull that hammer back so I can get that cleaning rod through the barrel, which you should be able to do a little easier and not bump into all those little parts in the back. I'm going to go ahead and not run it through again, bring all that dirt back into the barrel real gently, like just run it through a couple times. Okay, cool. So from here we're going to take a cleaning cloth and we're just going to first sort of start cleaning up all that dirt, all that grime. Yeah, look at that. That is filthy. Nice. Part of the fun of doing the show is I get to come here and clean my guns. I don't always have to do it right after I leave the range. Get down into that magazine well. Get some of that out of there. Magazine well doesn't usually get too dirty, but while we're here, I'm gonna need that one. All right, we're gonna take a Q-tip here and just sort of get into some of those little nooks. Alright, and now we're going to take that same cleaning rod, we're going to put that little cloth holder on the back, put a little cloth through it, and we're going to get the inside of the barrel. Just real gentle, like, take that rod and put it through. Oh yeah, that's dirty. All right, we'll go ahead and just bring that right back through again, and then one more time. Nice, nice and shiny. That's what we want. All right, cool. Now I'm going to take another cleaning cloth here, and I'm just going to get the slide. Another Q-tip there. Put a little cleaning solution on that Q-tip. Just give the breech face a nice little scrub. Alright, just one last little once over with the cleaning cloth. Make sure we've got it all up. Alright, and the rod should be, you know, it's nice and simple. Mine here, having issues getting the rod even out of there, but if you do happen to get your guide rod out of the recoil spring, there is a right and a wrong way to put it back on. The smaller end is the end you want to slide onto the rod first, and then it'll kind of like clip into place back there. You don't want to put the larger end on first, because then it's going to come loose. I might do a little once over on the mag, but it really shouldn't be too dirty. It does have the pull down tabs, which is kind of nice. Okay, now that we have everything nice and clean, we're just going to take a little bit of gun oil here, and we're just going to put a little bit onto the rails, anywhere you're going to have metal on metal contact. You really shouldn't need too much though. Maybe just a little bit right in there. Okay, cool. Now we can put everything back together. So what you want to do is you want to take the end of that guide rod, and if you look down underneath the barrel there, you're going to see a little crevice where that guide rod obviously fits into. And once it is in there, all you're going to do is take the slide, and you're gonna kind of have to finesse it a little bit. You got the little hole where the barrel goes, and you got the smaller hole underneath it where the recoil spring gets tucked into. And then you're just going to pull that slide right back onto the rails like so. Bring it forward. You're going to take that takedown latch, and you're just gonna clip it back into place. And the Ruger SR22 will not fire without the magazine. So in order to do a function test, you will have to reinsert the mag. All right, that is test number one. Let's do a real function check here. Got our hammer back, and now we're gonna pull that trigger and listen for the click. Click number one. Now we're gonna pull the slide back again, lower it again, and listen for a second click to make sure that the reset system is also working properly. And there it was. And that was Ruger's SR22. Thanks for watching, everybody. For more videos and articles and cool gun cleaning tips, please visit FullMagNews.com or see me at Twitter at GraceBoatright7. Until then, have a great week. We'll see you next time.